Looking for a start perhaps this time. Pace boat actually is the 8 boat. That's the Chaplin's on the outside. It is not the Piston Red boat. A little bit of wind to contend with, but not as bad as we've seen earlier.
It's actually laid down some. I think the conditions are actually better.
This time Jerry indeed goes around the buoy. Here they come to the line, and this ought to be a start. Looks pretty good. They go green, and from the outside, the Chaplin's takes the lead. But the Appian, Geronimo, and the Graham are going to battle with inside lane advantage. There's the Graham with Jerry Hopp, and the Appian with Mitch Evans on the outside. They come out of the corner. A little bit tight action there for third and fourth also, but Brian Reynolds left a lane. Up the back chute, Jerry Hopp, who almost got himself disqualified for going around a buoy the wrong side, now leads it. And in his rooster tail and coming on strong are 2 boats, one of them very strong, and that's Brian Reynolds on the outside.
As we suspected, it's one whale of a race. You have 3 boats all within about 4 or 5 boat lengths of each other. Jerry needs to push him out a little bit there.
Mitch pushes Brian out just a little bit. Jerry didn't push Mitch out enough, and Mitch is going to really take a run at him. But look at Brian Reynolds on the outside of Bill Worcester's Chaplin Bellevue Mazda. He is coming on strong as they come down the front straightaway at the end of lap number 1. He passes the Appian Geronimo. The lap speed, very respectable, 131.437. Through the lower corner again, Jerry Hopp hanging on precariously to a lead that might not last 3 laps. Let's see what happens coming around the outside now. Mitch Evans trying to take his nemesis, Mr. Reynolds, wide. Up the back chute now. Mitch trying to reel in Jerry Hopp, but Jerry's got himself a pretty good lead going right now. On the outside, though, it's Brian Reynolds giving Mitch Evans everything he can handle.
He's not giving up. He is driving that boat as hard as he can drive it. And Jerry Hopp is really doing a wonderful job in the lead. There he goes. He went out that time.
This time he did indeed try to take everybody to the beach. That was an excellent move. That bought him not only some space, but it also allowed Mitch to take Brian a little wider out. That bought him some space. Jerry Hopp, with 1 more lap to go, is going to win a hydroplane heat out here. And he's driving very well.
He's driving extremely well, and 3 days ago he was driving his truck around for his employer, Graham Trucking, who's sponsoring a boat, and he hadn't been in Unlimited in 2 years, and look at the job he's doing. It's a great thing to see.
132.62 for that time around. They've spread out just a bit now. It looks like Jerry Hopp might earn himself a ride in the final heat. He's coming on strong up the back chute, and he has established himself solidly in the lead. Just as solidly in second place now is the Appian Geronimo. Brian Reynolds apparently satisfied that he's not going to be able to get the job done, not going to risk anything. He'll have to wait for another time. Off the exit pit, Jerry Hopp. Thinking, oh man, am I glad they didn't start us the last time out. Here he comes. Checkered flag for Jerry Hopp. The Graham Trucking wins the provisional and the right to go to the final. Second place, the Appian Geronimo. Third place, the Chaplin's Bellevue Mazda. Fourth place overall, Doug Brow. Doug Brow's day may be over with, but he's had a heck of a good day in that Miss Exide.
You know, Doug drove that boat extremely well. He was competitive. He was clean. He didn't cause any problems out there. And his father, I'm sure, is smiling down on him right now. Very proud of him.
I'm sure indeed. Did not finish the Ultima. Something happened to the piston boat. They are struggling with that new race boat, Scotty. Eventually, you know that Ed Cooper's going to get it up and back to the paces that team has been used to, but they've just had a handful with that race boat this year.
They have. It is actually a Leland boat. It's a copy of a Leland boat. We built the parts for him this winter, and you know that the hull is going to be a good hull, but it's going to take some time to work it out. And unfortunately, when you don't have a budget, it's much more difficult without money.
Sure is, and of course that boat was built, as I understand it, Scott, with the option to be able to take a turbine if they can come up with one.
Yeah, it would take a turbine in no time. They just have to take a little bit of air out from underneath the boat, because that thing carries about 140 gallons of fuel on board of methanol just to try to get it through a race.
Well, Mitch Evans passes by us as he goes back. Let's go down to the Leland pit area now. The Graham Trucking. Boy, Leland's got a bunch of boats in the final.
Well, we'll get to him in just a second. He's being talked to. It's just really great. Here we go.
Just having fun. Here.
That's the loudest crew cheering we've heard all day. You were out in the boat, but these guys are pretty excited.
Yeah, no, I pay them.
Cheer to work.
Yeah, No, it's fun. It's all volunteer crew as far as I know, and everybody is here having fun. Miss Graham Trucking got out there. We've been running hard all day. Had a couple of tough breaks. Got in a last chance, won it. I don't think I've ever won a last chance heat before in my whole life. So that got us to the final, and that's where we want to be.
Well, you have now. Jerry Hopp's in the final, and he's loving it.
It sounds like it. Congratulations to Jerry and his crew.